guys. Wow, this is gonna be different friends that are planning to join us. We have actually some special guests that are coming up here. We are going to have a conversation with Gola for sure. Really awesome conversations with some other guests. Our project is really amazing.
There he is. Hey, man.
Speaking of, oh my gosh,
Yo,
the one
hey, bud.
only Darren Criss.
Hey, Taylor. What's going on, man?
So,
hey, everybody.
Everybody that's following me has watched me bumble up lives before, so they're not surprised. But hey, man, thank you so much for jumping on.
Thank you. I just sent a little post just now. Me and my idiotic.
No, you're
Instagram
great. We're all
usage,
here. We're all here.
I finally put it to some good use.
I'm gonna just jump in and first of all say, like, thank you, because you not only have been so willing to jump in and collaborate and do things in the past. We've been friends for a long time, but the Voices Project, which we launched back in February, I was so honored that you joined us, you shared your voice, you took the time, and for one of the reasons why we wanted to form For Women Life Freedom, and why I kind of set this up is, you've got this cause that's kind of overwhelming. You're talking about a country, you're talking about people that don't necessarily have all the information. If they've grown up in the States, they go, Iran, what's happening in this country? How can I engage? But Women Life Freedom, the whole idea was to try and help people understand that there's something going on, that if you have a voice, if you believe in the basic idea of human rights, of having a chance at a life where you don't fear for, hey, if I walk down the street, I may be killed simply for being a woman showing hair in public, or things like that. It's hard to even imagine that is what's been going on in the country of Iran. But the Voices Project helps bring attention to people that may not be aware of it. And
Sure.
I'm grateful for you being on the song, and really just for everybody that doesn't know already, basically the movement in Iran, starting last year, tomorrow is this huge day. Right? Tomorrow is the day 1 year ago.
I know. Is it really
tomorrow is
already?
The 16th. Tomorrow is 1 year since this young woman, Mahsa Amini, was killed for showing hair in public. And this is something that's going on in Iran for a long time. But what really blew me away when I first heard about the movement was, look, we don't necessarily understand just how the people of that country have created a chance at something different, at freedoms that we all frankly take for granted in this country. And that is something that finally, when Mahsa was killed, it was just something that really finally this next generation stood up in a way that past protests had not really resonated at the same level. And that's what reached all the way to me through people that I knew here in the US and other parts of the world that had Persian heritage, that had heritage of family that had been from Iran, and said, hey, do you know about this? Like, are you aware that that millions of people are calling for a change within their own country? And so we put together this song starting back in February. You were gracious enough to not completely be like, block Taylor's number, why is he texting me? And we did this session, and the whole goal was to get 16,000 voices, because there was at the time that many thousands of people in prison for doing the basic thing that we see as an American right, for instance, to protest, to hold up a sign, to peacefully dissent and say, hey, this is important to me. But to just do that kind of display, that's caused people to be arrested and then executed. And we're talking about young girls, we're talking about young guys, we're talking about just, it's hard to imagine that. And we set out to do this recording session of this song Baraye, which is an incredible song by an Iranian artist named Shervin Hajipur. And anyway, we did it. We actually pulled together thousands of voices, and that's why we're here today, is partly that we accomplished that. And then the message of it is, Darren, Taylor, people from around the world, like you, for one, you have a voice that you can impact causes by simply making others aware of things that are going on that seem out of your control and impossible. But also just to encourage people to kind of discover this movement, and say, check out this song, learn about what's going on in Iran. And actually, it's pretty historic because it's young people that are going and standing up and saying, hey, I want a chance at life. I want a chance at basic freedoms. So if nothing else, I get to say thank you to you for being one of those voices.
As a very, very talkative person, that's probably the least amount that I've ever spent talking on an Instagram Live. Thank you for galvanizing so many people and putting this all together. I think everybody's been saying that. I think anybody who wants to look up not only what the song is for, but the construction of the song itself is something that's very impressive and not surprising, Taylor, given your pedigree. But yes, thank you for having me. I hope you do 16,000 Instagram Lives with every single person that sang on
it's going to take a while.
just so you can explain what's going on. If there's anybody watching this wondering what this is, as Taylor explained, yes, this song, I guess the release tomorrow is the day. It marks the 1-year anniversary of the unfortunate death of this young woman in Iran. The socio-political situation there, especially for women, has always been around, but I think that was sort of signaling for the rest of the world, especially given social media and other ways to sort of experience these things that seem very far away from us. It becomes a little more real. Like many injustices around the world, this is particularly focusing just on women and Iran. But at any place where injustice or marginalization or an inequity of human rights is happening, it's amazing that that we can interact with it in some kind of way, or use whatever skills we have, however small or large, to bring attention to it. And in my very small nominal way, one of 16,000 voices, that adds up. So I don't feel like I did much, Taylor, at all. You did all the legwork, but anything we can do to, bring light and awareness to something, to not only hopefully, show our support of those women, but also the men and women, people whose families are involved in that country, but also to be aware of those injustices at large is a privilege for me. So thank you for having me, man. And I hope people can check out the song and educate themselves a little bit about what's going on. Whether it seems distant or close to their own experience, it is nonetheless
Absolutely.
very real. So I hope people can key into that and hopefully create something kind of positive and inspiring out of something quite
exactly
dismal.
Well, no, I think that is really, that is really where we are. You and I have both spent so much of our life getting the gift of doing art, doing creative things. And this one is a case where we're really seeing how music actually legitimately has elevated the platform, and not just our song. Obviously, we're proud to be having done this, but it started with the song we've created. The new version we've created is a song by this artist in Iran who, here we are. He posts a song like many artists do, but took the ultimate risk of knowing that the song, which had very, very, to me, not even that explicit, but just very clear, like, messaging that says, hey, these are the reasons why we need to stand up. And that caused him he is currently at risk of losing his life. He's been in house arrest. But that song, Baraye,
right,
is like a real example of how, art has the power in some ways to help us understand, or at least connect. And you're saying it's small to show up and sing, but you have a platform. You have folks that have followed you, and your amazing talent in so many ways. Like the thing that is so beautiful about what we're trying to do is that everybody, whatever platform they have, 100 people, 1,000,000 people, that's all each of us can do, right? It's not a question of having all the influence in the world. It's about using whatever it is we have. And
Right, which is why you had that many people, many voices on it. You had that amazing app interaction. It doesn't matter if you're a recording artist or it doesn't matter what you do. You can just get on your phone and interact. I mean, there's so many ways to to participate in this kind of activism and awareness, which is so cool that you made it so accessible for so many people.
Perfect.
And are continuing to make it accessible.
Again, if you guys, those of you that are watching, they're like, Taylor's going on about this thing. If you've been following Darren, you're like, okay, I'm just getting caught up. We do have this song, which is really just a bridge to get people connected to this movement. We're blown away. We had thousands of people participate in a recording, but there is actually a way to continue to be a part of the Voices Project. So if you're out there, there's a really simple app. It says For Women Life Freedom. You'll see FWLF. It's a really clear little icon if you look for it on the Apple Store or the Android Store, and you can actually add your voice still. Part of the reason that we've done that is we knew at some point the song needed to be released, right? Here's the version, but it's really a platform to say, hey, this is a historic change in a country, and unfortunately, there are actually thousands more people arrested since we recorded it. There's actually over 19,000 people that are in prison, and frankly, that number is probably significantly higher. But these are, you're trying to determine, with the best of your knowledge, people are trying to determine the numbers. And so if you are out there, you can actually be a part of this ongoing sort of collection of participation by downloading this app. And when you do it, it's really, really simple. Frankly, it's as easy as we could possibly make an engagement. So you're like 1, 2, 3 buttons.
Yeah.
And so when you do it, you go on there, essentially it'll register your name, and you can either just do it and it'll send us your voice and your video if you want. We'll have it, it'll be a part of the ongoing project. And it'll help us say, hey, that's one more voice, that's one more voice. It helps us articulate the magnitude of people like in solidarity, but also it's also set up to make it super easy to share. So if you want to, and you go on, you download the app, you can also easily say, boom, I want to share that right now. I just want to, and it's just you singing along with the song, and it'll help all of us have a platform. It'll help maybe connect with, 5 family members or 1,000 family members.
I'm seeing a lot of the comments.
It's called
Taylor. What's the app again?
Women Life Freedom is the movement. It's just the movement that came out of this cause and what people are kind of embracing as the call to action. And so the nonprofit that I helped found is called For Women Life Freedom. So really, literally just the words For Women Life Freedom. And so go onto the App Store, Android or Apple, and yeah.
For Women Life Freedom, and that'll have all the
super
information
easy.
And instructions
to record your voice, record your video
voice,
if you want. If you want, you can immediately share it and just go straight to whatever social platform you want to share it on, or you just know that you gave your voice to the project and you can, talk about it and tell your friends about it. It's just looking for ways. We all have super busy lives. We're all always trying to figure out, like, what's a cause I can stand behind. This is one that I just hope that people go, I'm curious. I know that I can do that. I can sing. I can share my voice, and hopefully, knowing from a couple of these guys, Darren, you and I, at least, hopefully those that follow us and know what we care about. This is a little encouragement for you to know that this is a cause worth standing up for.
I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Thank you for having me, and all of you. If you were nice enough to join on this, please share with your friends. You guys are all, if you're savvy enough to know how to join an Instagram live, you're savvy enough to know how to download the app, maybe record your voice and share with your friends, probably much more savvy than me. So you have to pick up wherever I leave slack.
No, you're you're like me. I would like to disavow myself from all technical instruction, but But yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
But it has its uses. When you harness
yeah,
the power of the of the
exactly.
beast, it is a
Well,
powerful thing.
yes, for sure.
Um,
Get the app, and then
uh,
also, again,
yes.
every streaming platform around the world, like you can get the song, the initial recording we did, and super proud of it. It turned out really beautifully, and um, I'm grateful that you're one of the voices.
Yeah, that's great. I'm so grateful, man. I have to dash, but thank you all for joining me, and thank you, Taylor, for having me be part of it. And again, please check out all the information that it's on my Instagram, it's on Taylor's Instagram, to educate yourself more about women, life, freedom. The song, participate in the song, share with your friends, and learn a little bit about what's going on in Iran, and see if how there are ways that you can participate and support. And yeah,
Thanks so
I
much,
think
dude.
that's all the good things,
There
right?
was a bunch of messages. What's the name of the song? The song is called Baraye, Baraye, for Women, Life,
Mariah,
Freedom.
yeah.
So, all
Yes.
right, dude, have a great night, and thanks everybody for watching. Baraye,
Taylor, tell them what Baraya
Baraye
means.
means
Tell them what
because of
Baraya
or
means.
for, and so when you say Baraye for women, Women, Life, Freedom, you're really saying because of women, life, freedom, and for women, life, freedom, and for the
Of
things,
all the things. Yeah,
all the
yeah.
things that are
Yeah.
injustices. So it's a beautiful song, and it's one that we got to build on from Shervin's recording. So, okay, man, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for being a
Yes.
part of the
Thank you so
movement.
much, everybody. Take
All
care,
right,
man.
cheers, dude.
Thank you, bud. Have a